has decided that this may be an overhyped night race. And Sunday at Lights Out may sometimes or majority of the time be very lackluster. But I'm damn sure going to make sure that qualifying is utmost entertaining for you all. Can anybody say humble pie? Can anybody say crow pie? Can anybody say that? Look how fast. Look at Max. Max is fast. Look how fast Max is getting his ass out of that car, trying to get out of camera view. Look how fast he get out of that car. You would have swore this is the test they timed me. I'm like, go see how fast he can get out the car for safety reasons. Max jumping out the car. He damn near running to the side of Sergio Perez's car. Hey. Does anybody? Before we go into that, let's just talk about some other things real quick. Let's go ahead and go into, a document real quick, because maybe, it's not Max's day. It's not Max's day, and we're going to talk about these things. So Max Verstappen does get noted for impeding unnecessarily on car 22, which is Yuki from the sister team or the junior team, AlphaTauri. And with that situation, Max Verstappen is going to pay 5,000 euros. This is his second reprimand of the season. And really, honestly, it probably should be more than that. But they definitely have saved Max on that. But now that is no more. That is going to be a done deal. But Max is going to have to pay 5,000 euros. And that's nothing to a champ. That's nothing to a champion. Like 5,000 euros for Max Verstappen, that's nothing to Max. 5,000 euros is nothing. Max is not concerned about 5,000 euros. That ain't nothing. But I will say, does anybody recall? And y'all you look how fast Max is getting out the car. Just peep that. Does anybody recall Helmut Marko? I mean, I know recently he said some very egregious things, and a lot of things that I didn't even hear Max answer for. I didn't hear Max answer for that. I'm just saying, they were so busy asking Lewis Hamilton to ask Perez, and Perez, we already talked about his answer. I didn't hear Max answer that. But does anybody remember the other crazy thing that Helmut Marko said in regards to Max and being able to take, that's what it was. Max Verstappen is so damn good that he can take an AlphaTauri to pole. I'll be damned. I guess not. I guess he can't even take a RB19 that's not set up perfectly to pole position. As a matter of fact, talking about an AlphaTauri to pole, hold on. I haven't even got a chance to get through none of that yet. I'm gonna give me a piece of cake in a minute, and I'm gonna sit down and go through the whole Discord. Trust that, Blue Diva. But as a matter of fact, is that not an AlphaTauri that put Max out in Q2? I think, and of all people, is that Liam Lawson, the brand new driver in Formula One, period, that edged Max Verstappen out in the car that he supposedly could take to pole position? Shit looking real, people looking real dumb right now. People looking real silly right now. I'm just saying, people looking real silly. Y'all, it was a lot of people out there that, Max could surely take a Haas, which is a qualifying car, and an AlphaTauri to pole. Max can't even take an RB19 that's not set up in a perfect window out of Q2. So what does that say? What does that say? Because we've seen Lewis Hamilton take a subpar car and put it on pole position. We've seen this. We've even seen Carlos now take a struggling Ferrari car and put it on pole position twice this season already. Yet Max Verstappen has missed out on pole at least twice, and now this time 3 times. The first 2 times were because of what? Why didn't he get pole position? Because of the tire allocation. Unable to adjust. Red Bull unable to find the window. Both times, Hamilton and Carlos were doing the mandatory tire allocation. They were unable to adjust and put that car in perfect window just for Max Verstappen. So how is that Max Verstappen taking an AlphaTauri to pole shit looking now? I just got to ask. Because he got edged out by an AlphaTauri, which is not on pole. Got bumped out in Q2. People keep trying to tell y'all, Max Verstappen, he very temperamental. Max Verstappen, very temperamental. He very fragile. Now, I'm not saying that Max in the RB19 tomorrow with race pace is not going to win this race. I'm not saying that. Quite possibly, I expect him to come back and win this race. I almost think like this might be some Fugazi shit and they just setting it up to make it look like they're struggling when they really not. But that guy hot. He in his feelings. Max is in his emotions right here. He in his emotions. Max, why you couldn't do it? Why could you not take the best, strongest car on the grid to pole position, bro? Because that's what we've been hearing. That's what we've been told. Matter of fact, hold on. Is that Kevin Magnussen? Hold on. Are my eyes fooling me? Or is that Kevin Magnussen in 6th place for tomorrow's race at Lights Out? Wait a minute. Is that the entire Haas team in the top 10 in Q3 while Max Verstappen got booted in Q2? Wait a minute. Didn't they say Max could take a Haas or an AlphaTauri to pole? Holy shit. They double wrong. There are 2 Haas's. The entire Haas team is in Q3 and in the top 10. Liam Lawson, who is brand new to driving an AlphaTauri, this being his 3rd race, edged Max Verstappen out for the final place in top 10 to go to Q3. You're looking crazy out here, people. They looking crazy right now. These are all facts. Don't be mad at me. Those are facts. Those are numbers. Those are real numbers. Don't be mad at me. This is what happened today. So Danica Patrick, let me ask you a question. Danica Patrick, what kind of dumbass question was that you asked Christian Horner? What changed today? You know, what changed today? What changed today? How about the geographical location, Danica? How about the environment and the temperature, Danica? How about the circuit surface in the tarmac, Danica? How about the car setup, Danica? Why would you ask a dumbass question like that? All of those things changed, and Red Bull were unable to adjust to them. What was that, like a slip out the back door or something? Like, just tell us something happened wildly during the car's transport, and when you got it here, something unexpectedly happened that you all cannot explain. Danica, stop with the cap. That question was like, what? What happened? There are plenty of things that happen. They're not in the same place in the world. The temperature has been a consistent problem. Tire temps have been a consistent trouble or solving situation. What are you talking about? What changed? A lot of things changed. Come on. Oh my gosh. Listen, you've done a lot, and this right here just shows y'all can do better with trying to spread out different personalities and characters to be on this show or be on race weekends to give people a little bit of different hit there. Okay, I'm just saying, like, where's Naomi now? Because she's one person that definitely would jump out the window to jump in front of this bullet from the Max Verstappen train. Lesh 430 says he stormed off like a sulking child, nearly got ran over by Checo in that clip you got. I'm telling you, Lesh, he almost got ran over by another RB19, and Perez should likely feel okay with running over Max's foot, given the things that happened. But I'm done defending Checo. And you know what else is funny? While we look here at these final classification sheet for quali, Max, what happened? What happened is you need things to be very perfect for you to compete. What happened was the 3 times that we've seen Red Bull have had a challenge to solve when it comes to tire management, they have failed in so many ways. Now, they've won the races, but you know what else I'm going to tell you all? You know why Max is really mad? You know why I think Max is really mad? I'm not going to say why you think, because people are like, you don't really know. Shut the hell up. You know why I think Max is mad? Because that record, y'all don't think he wanted to do more than just one up it. Max wants to make sure he extends that record. He extends it, because let's just be real. The records that Max hold are three of the records that will probably stand the longest are because he was the youngest when Nico and Lewis crashed out and gave him three records right there in that race that he wouldn't have otherwise, but he got them. Okay. This record right here, this win record, it's still something that could possibly be overcome. So Max wants to extend that as much as possible while being in the most dominant car on the grid. That's what he wants to do. And this situation right here in Singapore could derail that whole campaign. If Max does not win this race tomorrow, it's done. 10, one-up Seb. That's all you did. You one-upped them. Great. It's good. Last and Seb, somebody likely will come along and break that if we ever have a situation like this, but we might not. So that's a record that he might keep. But you don't think he wants to stretch that out so he feels pretty much it will never be broken? Yes. And right now, that is at risk. That's another reason why he's pissed. Let's just keep it a buck, because we've already seen several times when they're not on pole, you didn't see Max act like this. Why? Because he was in the top three and he wasn't far from the front. This time, Max Verstappen will be starting 11th on the grid out of Q2, unable to go into Q3 and lay the hot sauce like he's been able to do. Something is tremendously off of the setup and he can't get around it. Yeah, Lim Lawson could come in and drive a troubled AlphaTauri and make it into Q3 and make it into the top 10 and edge you out. Bro, you couldn't take an AlphaTauri to pole if they gave you 1,000 times to do it. You couldn't take a Haas to pole if they gave you 1,000 times to do it. This right here shows that. This is a bit of evidence to prove the shit that Helmut Marko says is all garbage. It's garbage. Just saying. Don't, and let's talk. David Coulthard. Kenny B said you was a Red Bull whore out here in these streets. I got to ask you something. How is it now, because Max doesn't make it out of Q2, which he probably feels very embarrassed about, all of a sudden, Perez not making it out of Q2 is supposed to offset Max not making it? David Coulthard, what kind of dumb shit was that? Oh, well, you know, it's okay because his teammate didn't make it, so it doesn't look so bad for Max. Wrong. Because up until now, you have been using the fact that Sergio has been underperforming as a boast for Max doing what is supposed to be done in the fastest car on the grid. You see Max is doing it. Why can't Perez do it? This is an indictment on Perez. He's underperforming. He's unable to adjust to the car. He's unable to pull an RB19, which is purely the fastest and strongest car in this era, in this season, on that track, up to pole position and or top three anytime they race. But today, because Max underperforms, it's not so bad because Perez underperforms. Bullshit. It's more than indictment on Max that he's unable to do it. It really makes Perez not look so bad. One, we on a street circuit. What happened, Max? Two, the car wasn't really in the window. Well, shit, that's been the case for Perez because we've been said the car been developing away from him. So now what? Max can't adjust to some simple little quirks and twerks? Oh, yeah. Y'all looking crazy out here right now. Y'all looking crazy, for real. And matter of fact, Perez, with all the pirouetting he was doing, he's still 13th while Max is 11th. I'm going to tell you the problem. Max wouldn't be this mad if he was like 4th. Max feeling some kind of way because he's 11th. And he's 11th, and we already know minor adjustments at best are going to be made. These cars are in Parc Ferme. You're going to have to deal with that car tomorrow. And I still do honestly feel like Max should probably still come through the grid and win the race. The only other problem is, woo, how about them Ferrari boys? How about them Ferrari boys? How about Carlos? Carlos up there again, man. Carlos up there again. I'm just saying, Ferrari may indeed have caught on to something with their car development. Carlos is up there again. Charles is not far from him. The Ferraris have been running strong from FP1, FP2, FP3, and now qualifying. Max may feel like this is a race that might not go his way. Real talk. What's up, G5MDFs? Crazy, crazy nice, huh? Crazy, crazy nice, bro. Crazy nice. They gotta love this. They gotta love this. Chaos Druid, Jay, do you think the new TD has had any effect? Possibly. I think we need a little bit longer to see if it really has had an effect. I can tell you one thing that I feel comfortable saying had an effect, and that's the tire allocation. Definitely has an effect. Already, Red Bull are 0 for 2 during mandatory tire allocations of getting a pole position, losing one out to Lewis Hamilton and losing another out to Carlos. And then in this race, not a mandatory tire allocation, but the fact that the tires were such a big component of trying to get them in the working window, Red Bull unable to do so, and Max Verstappen unable to overcome adversity. That's what I can say. I can surely say that. That's one thing I can surely say. And another thing that I'm going to say is this. I was sitting back and I was looking, and still Ferrari, I don't have a lot of confidence in Ferrari. I don't have a lot of confidence in them. But I will say this. This is not a coincidence. And if you can duplicate this type of performance again, now, very well, we could get into this race tomorrow and Ferrari could screw it up. But I'm going to tell you something. Ferrari looking good right now. And that car, that red and that black always looks good. It's just that their poor performance has dulled it. But right now, Ferrari looking sharp. Ferrari, I'm trying to see if you really are on to something. I'm trying to see if you're really making progress. I'm not even going to indict Ferrari if they don't win this race. Even if they occupy once again 1 out of 3 of the steps on the podium, that's still a success for Ferrari, who have been struggling their ass off throughout almost this entire season up until these last few races, and they've been there. But still, let's just keep it a buck. More often than not, Ferrari is going to screw stuff up. They almost screwed it up last race. How? Because they let their drivers go fight for fight up until the very end and almost risk taking each other out. This is a race, Ferrari. If there's any ounce of strategy in you that is sound and very valid, it is time to deploy it. G5MDS says tires equal drivers' skills. Facts. Facts, bro. And Max Verstappen was unable to do that. Tires were a big deal here. Tires were a big deal during mandatory tire allocation during qualifying. And he has shown 3 times that he's unable to make it happen in those situations. Look like a chink in the armor to me. You know what? I'm trying to see where all these Max Verstappen delusional people gonna come into the chat, or when they gonna come into the comment section, because they've been quiet during the Helmut Marko racial situations, although a couple of them still get in there and look crazy. And these type of situations, they are like rats and roaches when the lights cut on. Pew! Where'd they go? Gone. Finding a crack, finding a hole, finding some low dark spot they can crawl up underneath and stay put until tomorrow. If Max Verstappen wins, they'll come out in full force then, because y'all are straight crap. Y'all are straight. Y'all don't keep the same energy. Y'all don't keep the same energy. Just keeping it real. By the way, George Russell, big shout out coming up too. Lewis Hamilton, right down there in 5th. Now, I'm going to tell you, what do we all know? All right, now, anybody that want to try to jump in here and say, oh, now, watch this. Now you're going to see them in the comment section. Oh, Russell schooled Hamilton. Hamilton not even top 3. Where are they in the driver championship standings? I'll wait. Go ahead, look it up. See where they are. Yeah, see where they are. Shut the hell up. And what we do know about Lewis is he's good for a 1 to 2 car jump at the beginning of a race. He oftentimes does that, at least a one-car position jump, which will put him in fourth. But the problem, X-Trax 38, my money is on Ferrari messing up tomorrow. That's a safe bet, bro. That's not even a bad bet. That's not even a bad bet. That's a better bet than not, because you have more evidence showing that Ferrari will drop the ball than you have showing that Ferrari will carry it all the way across the line and finish out. You can't be mad at that bet at all. You can't be mad at that bet. But I will tell you, a problem for Hamilton is Lando Norris. They made some updates this weekend, y'all. McLaren made some updates on Lando's car, and I got to say, those updates look like they are about to be deemed upgrades for the second time. Lando was doing his thing. He was fighting with that car to bring it up there to pole position. And he's been in that position, top 5, throughout that fight, especially in Q3. Lando and McLaren might indeed have converted these updates to upgrades. Now, we're going to see tomorrow, because we do know when they get into a race pace situation, things don't quite look the same. Same reason why I say I expect to see Max Verstappen on podium tomorrow, because of the race pace situation. But I'm not mad at anybody that says Max might not make it. He's got a lot of traffic to go through. We've seen that before. He's done it. Not in these situations. This is not Q3 anymore. They didn't make it to Q3. No more adjustments. The adjustments are out the window. It's a done deal. It's over with. Cars are parked firme. You're going to have to come out with what you got. Plus, Mercedes, with some very nice tire options tomorrow, might be able to put some pressure on Ferrari. But Ferrari is looking like maybe they can do it. ADVR, what's going on? I'm going to like this race. Verstappen is going to suffer. Hey, Carlos, bro, he might suffer. Y'all might see Max Verstappen have an emotional breakdown tomorrow. Max Verstappen might come into the pits, box himself, and retire in the middle of the race. I'm like really going over the top. That's over the top. He's not going to do that, but he's about to get the championship this season. Like, just to keep it all a buck. Max is going to be champion of 2023. There's not enough that's going to take place between now and the end of the season that's going to change that one bit. He's going to be the champion. But this right here, it tells you something. It possibly could tell you a couple of other things too. That teams, especially the top teams, Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, they coming. Red Bull, if you got what a lot of people, not everybody, if you got what a lot of people have saying you got, and they've been saying you got a lot left in the tank to turn this car up, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to show us that the RB19, the development window is still high, and you still have things that you can work for and aim high for. If not, it might tell us that the window, the ceiling for the development of the RB19 might be in view. Other cars might be coming past them in 2024. This dominance might be over sooner than later. They might only make it and meet their record 4 times, Seb, 4 times Max. What if Max don't even make it 4? What if next season Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren come in the game bossing? Max can't even manage to get over a car that ain't even set up exactly right. While we criticize Perez for dealing with a car that was developed away from him, Max dealing with a car that ain't set up exactly right, couldn't even get the job done. Couldn't get the job done. The car so heavily developed toward Max, so perfectly curtailed for Max, out of that situation, he failed. And he hot about it. Matter of fact, OG Zilla, RB sweating after their cheater floor outlaw. Boom. There goes, hey, OG Zilla putting something out there. You gonna make these people mad, bro. ADVR Carlos, maybe there is a God after all. I'm telling you, there is a higher power, and they are at work. There's a higher power than this at work. Hey, my bro Max hopped out of there like the Dukes of Hazzard. That was like a Dukes of Hazzard scene. He hopped out that halo like a Duke. They should just paint the RB19 orange since he's already the Orange Army. And, put the stars and bars on the car. Given what Helmut Marko said, they should be in the Dukes of Hazzard car. Stars and bars and orange, Army orange on it. That is a Max Verstappen car for you right there. Nothing like seeing a Confederate racist flag on top of an RB19 that's painted in Max Verstappen Army orange. Just saying. Might be fitting for this race. They might need to come out with a livery overnight and do that. You already got racist Helmut Marko indicting a culture of people talking about they basically stupid and can't even learn like Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel. I'm just saying, why you already walk like a duck, quack like a duck. It's probably a duck. A Condu says, like you say, Merc have good tire options to take it Ferrari and McLaren. Right. Max could wreck because he knows the Ferraris and top 5 cars could put a huge gap between them. He gonna be the old Max. Hey, that's what you seeing right there. Derwin Hill, I just hope Max doesn't bully himself up the grid and everyone just bows down and lets him slide by. Now, that's a very good point. Tomorrow, we can't count on Lando. We know Lando going to become a bellhop and a doorman the moment Max gets on his gearbox, going to let him through. Lewis Hamilton, might do something depending on his strategy. He know he really does not have the car, and if he can't really do something to give him the confidence that he does, he's going to find a way where he's not going to risk his race and give it up to K-Mag, which is not going to happen. But he has to worry about Alonso. Alonso in the AMR 23, which that car has proven us is podium worthy, and Alonso has 7 of them things. Which, by the way, Lance Stroll, what the hell was you doing? What the hell was you doing, Lance? The same damn thing you've been doing all damn season, making a fool of yourself. Lance had been, we got somebody, X-Trax giving out 5 Wolfpack memberships. By the way, we got a Wolfpack VIP member to pronounce and announce tomorrow, so be here for that. X-Trax, who got those memberships? Michael Dixon, Dean Too Cool, Squishy, Jimmy, and Ronald. Welcome to the Wolfpack fam. But yeah, we know this. Lando, doorman, he gonna let him through. Hamilton, we'll see. Fernando, he basically let Max, he roll out the red carpet for Max. He'll let Max through. Now, Esteban, that's where we might see something. ADVR Carlos says, my wife D is washing and want to know why you are excited. Hey, man. Hey, bro, we pumped over here. If you're laughing at a double Red Bull elimination, you're sick. I'm dying of laughter. Hey, I'm saying, if they doubled up on the elimination, get out of here. Get the F out of here. The entire Red Bull team eliminated it, but this ain't nothing new for Perez. Nothing new for Perez, which is what struck me as odd that David Coulthard was trying to use Perez to cuddle and protect Max. Oh, it's not so bad. Perez been not making it, and you've been criticizing him for it. Now all of a sudden Perez not making it is supposed to make it better for the fact Max didn't make it. Stop playing. Y'all are ridiculous with the Max protection crap. Ridiculous. So don't complain when people jump to protect Lewis Hamilton, because this is why. OG Zilla, I wonder how much of the development RB made for next year's car will have to be scrapped because of this new directive. Ooh, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one. While 53% of y'all said Ferrari is back, you said yes. OG Zilla, that's something good to ask, because that may very well have changed some things and indeed could change the course of action of how much they've already spent and how much they will have to go back and spend to correct things. That's a good one. That is a good one, bro. Way to put on that cap right there. That's a good one. So, just saying, we're going to see tomorrow's race. Singapore might have heard me, said, yo, Jay from Wolfpack said I'm boring on Sundays. Damn. I'm the only night race. I'm the first night race. He said I ain't shit. Damn. Singapore said, watch this. You think all I got is lizards to throw at y'all? Check this out. Threw some salt on the game. Straight up. Straight up, Singapore, I might have been wrong this season. I ain't taking it no further than this season. But if we got an exciting, exhilarating race tomorrow, oh, you better bet finale lap is going to be bumping. Be here live tomorrow because we might be going off regardless of who wins this GP. Be here live tomorrow, not only to see who's the new VIP member, but be here live tomorrow because we're going to have all types of crazy conversations. And then on Monday, we going live for F1 Minute, and we're going to turn up another notch for that show because we bringing all this shit to topics in F1 Minute. And I want all the haters, feel free to show up and say what you got to say. But until then, Max Verstappen, Q2 is not in. You are out, sir. You are not the pole position sitter. Hey, we're going to do Max like Maury. And the roads say, Max, you are not the pole position dad. Max is out of there. Right there, like, look at he hot. Look, he hot. Max so hot, he don't know what to do with it. So look at him. He about to snatch everything out. He probably almost forgot to take shit out. Look at Max. Look at him running. Oh, almost got hit by the RB19. Up, go around. Oh, shit. He can't get this helmet off fast. Get these damn gloves off me. Camera in his face. Look at him. He's seething. He is seething, man. Oh, my gosh. That's the Max. That's the real Max, y'all. That's the real Max. When shit don't go his way, when he's under pressure, y'all go ahead and get used to this. Save it if you got to. Screenshot it. Peter Tick says, hopefully Lewis set up the car for the race and gets the dub. Seems like Sainz is in the zone. It does, man. Carlos is bossing right now. And I asked this question, is Carlos becoming the number one driver in Ferrari? And a lot of people told me that was ridiculous talk. I don't know. I can't tell. Because Carlos is doing his thing. I don't see anyone getting by him. If Carlos's car is set up better for him than it was last race, this race, he already wasn't letting Max go by easy. He put the elbows out plenty of times in Monza. He will do it again. Maybe Charles will even do it recklessly to a point. Russell will do it. Listen, Max Verstappen is going to have no easy route through the first gatekeeper is going to be Ocon. Alonso won't do crap. Hulkenberg won't do crap. K-Mag won't do crap. Lewis Hamilton is shaky on that. Lando Norris is his own personal Max doorman. Charles is not going to let Max through easy. George Russell certainly will not let Max go through easy, especially sitting in the top 3 position. Carlos is not trying to let Max go through easy, especially I don't think this time around, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Dean Too Cool says 62 laps of pain. Listen, I've said it before. When Max has been behind, even further than that, in the 14th spot, I said expect to see Max at the front by the 20th lap. And I'm not wrong. It's usually around 20. I can't even really say that right now. But what I can still say with some confidence is that I do expect Max to be on podium by the end of this race. If anything else happens than that, I will be surprised. I will be a little bit shocked. OG Zilla says, where are all the haters at? They not, bro. All them haters is like roaches and rats. When these lights come on, they get too bright. They do not be in here, bro. They do not come in here. They gonna wait until I get off the live, then get in the comment section. They so weak. They can't take these moments. They in their feelings right now. Some of them are probably out getting counseling right now. Some of them probably went to their local, urgent care and see if they had a psychiatrist on deck just so they can get counseling. Mentally, they about as weak as Max Verstappen in these situations. Dean Too Cool. What helmet lame ass got to say now? Hopefully not. Max can take an AlphaTauri to pole because Max got beat out in Q2, not making it into Q3 by an AlphaTauri. Max got beat out by 2 Haas's. 2 Haas's. Wasn't those the 2 teams that Helmut said Max could take to pole, Haas and AlphaTauri? Yet he can't even take an RB19 that's just a smidge out of the window to Q3? Oh my gosh. Let me find out this is real. Oh, my bad, it is real. Those are real. That's real FIA classifications right there. Oh, it's real. That really happened. That really did happen. Just saying. I mean it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So I mean we can't be doing too much whining and crying right now, y'all. Y'all gotta let it go. Matter of fact, here's a little salt for you. Here goes some salt for you a little bit. I got something for you. Here you go. Here you go. Bow. Pole position, Lewis Hamilton. Mandatory tire allocation. That's what happened. Then bow. Pole position, Carlos Sainz. Mandatory tire allocation. Max didn't make it. Then what do we got today? You people? What do we got today? Today, we got another situation. What did we have? Oh yes. We got Max Verstappen not making the pole position, out in Q2. Tire situations. Can't overcome them. Couldn't overcome them. Shit's real. That's the deal. We're going to see what happens tomorrow, though. I'm going to be here live. I'm going to be here live regardless tomorrow. I'm here live all the time. I keep the same energy, whether Lewis win, whether he lose, whether Russell's up, whether Pia do what he supposed to do. Pia, I mean, he didn't even have the updates. Pia was out in Q1. He got out of there, but so did Logan Sargent. I'm keeping the same energy. Pia's still good, but, hey, he ain't do so hot today. But, shit, Alfa Romeo ain't do so hot. Lance Stroll, we know he didn't do hot. Akondu says, it sure is quiet in here. The Max Tards hiding. Trying to tell you, they hiding. Where they at? I don't see them. Where all the Max delusional fans right now? Just sitting quiet in the chat, just watching. We got to wait till he go off. He going to go off in a minute. Then we going to attack the comment section. Extracts 38. There is a fundamental problem with the front end of the RB19 on this track. So can't see Maxi Pad coming through. That might very well be true. He struggled all the way through, heard him cry and whine. That must be why Max Verstappen delusional fans use cry so much, because Max cries so much. That's what they're used to. They used to seeing him cry. They used to crying, so they say everybody else crying. They crying now. Max was crying right there. He was crying on radio. G5MDS, lap 20 tomorrow would be pressure cooker for Max. A lot of dirty air in front of him. That's true. It will be a pressure cooker. But still, I got more evidence than not to say Max can come through at least by the end of the race. I got more evidence that says he can do that versus he can't. And if he doesn't, shit happens, right? We're going to talk about it still. ADVR says, facts. Hamilton have done great things on a slower car. Thank you. He got pole position in a troubled W14, people. A car that don't even have a good window to be set up in. That's what I'm saying. These are the things that separate the GOATs from great and elite. Max Verstappen is not great yet. He's not. He on his way to trying to be great. He doing some great things with the win streak pole record, but I mean, that might be over tomorrow. Hopefully not. Hopefully he can extend it so he can have a record that's not just perched on being the youngest because 2 Mercedes wrecked out, because that's really the only reason why he's got those records. If it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have that record at all. If it wasn't for 2 Mercedes taking themselves out, Max wouldn't have 3 of the records he has now. That's just a fact. ADVR, facts. Hamilton have done great things on a slower car. Can Max do the same? We haven't seen it yet. Not Hamilton will be remembered as one of the greatest drivers of all time. Max will not. And I keep trying to tell people, they try to give out the great badge too soon with too little body of evidence compared to what greats have done. People are so Max is great. Max is great. What are you talking about? He hasn't even eclipsed Seb. He still has as many championships as Alonso. What are you talking about? Like, you're premature. Stop it. Your girlfriend probably is upset. Your boyfriend's probably upset. Premature is never a great thing in situations unless you're just horrible and they want to get it over real quick. Then being premature is fine. It's over with. Golly, that was the worst time I ever had. I'm glad it didn't last long. The only time being premature is a good thing. When it's not great and they like, please let this be over soon. You're premature on trying to call Max the greatest. It's just crazy. Derwin Hill, shout out to Lawson for knocking Max out of quali. Short again. Lawson, 3 races in an AlphaTauri, knocks Max out in the RB19. Why they not talking about that? Why are they not talking? They need to talk more about that, right? You talked more when between Russell and Hamilton having the situation. They talked more about Lewis Hamilton's nose ring and his piercings than they're talking about Helmut Marko and his ridiculous statements and his disrespect towards a cultural people and Perez than they have any other time. They been a little quiet about that, but you're not quiet the other way. Y'all crack me up. This is why I need the mic and I need to be on Sky Sports, because I'm going to be asking these questions. I'm going to be asking these questions to my fellow pundits, to my fellow talking heads. Like, what are you talking about, David? Like, so when did Perez become a standard for Max to be okay with what he's done today? Any other time you used Perez as an example of what shouldn't be done in the RB19 and why you think Max is so good because he does what he's doing in the RB19. But today we're using Perez to absolve Max. Yeah, great job, buddy. Good job. Love that. Racer X210, Ferrari on pole. Now can they do their damn job and win this time? We're going to see. They got two of their cars in the top 3 spots, and George in between a Ferrari sandwich. If Ferrari win this race tomorrow, I'm going to give them back the Ferrari boys. I'm going to start calling them the Ferrari boys until they do something jacked up. I'm going to give it back to them temporarily. Temporarily. On probation. I'm going to start calling y'all the Ferrari boys again. On probation. You do something after this, I'm taking it away again. Because I feel like I should give it to you, but I'm going to wait until tomorrow. But I'm not giving it to you right now. Dean Too Cool says, no lie, Liam Nice. I'm worried about Sargent. He is in his head. Pia getting the stepchild treatment. Is George learning his role? Yuki better show up. First of all, I'm worried about Logan Sargent no more. He is not Sarge, and he's not Captain America, okay? I said this already. Logan Sargent might indeed be Crash Tiffy 2.0, but he's a rookie, and I'm going to give him another season. As to Pia getting the stepchild treatment, I do believe that Piastri has done enough this season as a rookie among the other rookies and even amongst his teammate that he should have probably got the updates as well as Lando got the updates. That's just how I feel. George is learning his role. Maybe, maybe not. It's a little too soon because it's not like we're too far off of George saying something crazy that disrespects Lewis and or his camaraderie teammate with Lewis Hamilton. Okay? And Yuki needs to show up. Very true. He's not far. He's 6 spots out of 10. It's going to depend on what happens. But Yuki has also had situations with this car. Some reason Yuki's car has been giving him hell and trouble. And remember, I did say that the driveline gremlins, the gearbox gremlins might be out. They having these problems with these upshifts and these downshifts. Could we see a DNF tomorrow, a mechanical failure tomorrow on the Red Bull team? Maybe. I hope not. I hate for anybody to lose a race like that. But it does happen, and they haven't had it yet. And I'll also credit them for being the most reliable team this season. And if they make it through this season without any failed mechanical failures, because right now, yeah, I'll say that. If they make it through the season without any mechanical failures, that's definitely something to tip your hat off to. Extracts 38, to all the kids watching Max today, this is not how you conduct yourself when the chips are down. Yeah, this is not how you conduct yourself. Max is not a good role model. Now, how Lewis Hamilton conducted himself after he got cheated, after they pulled off a scandal to snatch his 8th world championship title away and give it to Max, that's how you conduct yourself. Maybe that even more so was still a fault, but that's how you do it. This guy, this it's not the guy you want to be like. You know, good on the track, horrible character, not good in person. And on sim racing, Max Verstappen will crash you out in sim racing. And that's a fact. We saw it. Max Verstappen cut across to crash somebody out in a sim race because he got in his feelings. That's that dude. That's Max. So anyway, I'm going to go have me some pumpkin iced chocolate cake. The rest of you Max fans, y'all go get some crow pie. ADVR says, facts, Verstappen is a BI. Just look at the way he acted today when he didn't get his way. Unbelievable. Drama queen. Hope somebody take him out tomorrow so he can get a taste of his own medicine. And just a spoonful of sugar will help the medicine go down, Max. I do And I would like to see, because we saw what happens to Max when he gets a little bit of his own medicine with George Russell. He called George Russell a dickhead. He got all in his feelings. Max, you just did that to Gasly. And you just did it. What race was that he did that to Gasly? Was that Monza? He just did that to Gasly, ran Gasly off track. He does it all the time. And then when it happens to him, he think he has the right to complain about it. Bro, you're a hypocrite. You're being a big hypocrite. Treat others as you want to be treated. You're just getting what you're putting out. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell y'all this. When the blood is legitimately in the water, because it's not legit in the water yet. If this happens multiple times, watch how other drivers start treating Max on track. They're going to feel like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, they can't be had? Oh, wait a minute. If he get in his feelings, he will drive bad? Oh, I'm about to put my elbows out on him just like that. Just be keeping it real. Watch what happens. I'm telling you all. Hey, we'll see though. All right, I'm gonna see y'all here live tomorrow. The link for Finale Lap will be up soon before the night. Go ahead and set your reminders, because when that race is over tomorrow, I'm gonna come right back here and we gonna get hot with it. All right. So peace, love, be safe. See y'all tomorrow after the Singapore race. We gonna be live here for race day. Wolfpack out, and so is Max in Q2. Ha! OG Zilla, is Max still under investigation for impeding Yuki? No, he got a fine for that, 5,000 euros. Peace.